You're a Warmonger by Bill Dorfeld. If you have over 900 military bases in other people's countries, some people might just conclude, well, you're a warmonger. If you spend more on your military than virtually all the other countries of the world combined, you might just be considered an overly well-endowed and not too shy to show it kind of warmonger. If you send out a memo describing plans to invade and overthrow 7 countries over 5 years, you pretty much might be thought of as a grandiose, thinking ahead, aggressive kind of warmonger. If many years ago, one of your leaders warned of the grave threat posed by the military-industrial complex, yet they continue to gain power and control, you're likely an inattentive, hardcore, forever-lasting, status quo is good for yo kind of warmonger. If Frank Zappa is known to have said, quote, "Government is the entertainment division of the military-industrial complex," end quote, then clearly someone understands. You're a frickin' warmonger. If you think war boosts the economy, but have never seen a chart which shows the immense debt incurred by war and military campaigns, sadly, you're either terribly misinformed or you're just a don't understand numbers kind of warmonger. If you refuse to acknowledge your own intelligence reports, as well as those from the United Nations regarding the absence of weapons of mass destruction, but instead use the phony excuse of WMDs as the pretext for war, you're without a doubt a lying, cunning, deceitful, let's win this pitch using the respected black guy kind of warmonger. If the country to whom you give over $3.1 billion each year uses white phosphorus chemical weapons on civilians and you don't bat an eye, but you make a big stink when some other country purportedly uses chemical weapons, you're really just an immoral, hypocritical, double-talking, forget about it unless it's the other guy kind of warmonger. If your media propaganda machine tells the public to support the troops or shut up, you might as well admit it. You're a single-minded, you're either with us or against us, a-hole kind of warmonger. If you claim, quote, "There's no country on earth that would tolerate missiles raining down on its citizens from outside its borders," end quote, but then carry out thousands of drone and missile strikes which kill countless civilians and are surprised they get mad at you, you're not only incredibly naive and suffer from grossest hypocritus, you're basically an incredible brain-leaking warmonger. If you consistently paint a picture of other countries as being evil threats to your security or of your, quote, interest, yet these countries have not invaded anyone else for centuries, all the while you've been invading, occupying, and overthrowing countless other nations for decades, you are an unstoppable brute, slept through history class, crybaby bully in the schoolyard kind of warmonger. If you consistently speak about international community support for your position when over 2.5 billion people in China, Russia, and elsewhere disagree with you, you're one power-hungry, delusional, thick-headed brat fart of a warmonger. If you claim to support whistleblowers and then go ahead and sentence one to 35 years in prison for exposing atrocities in your warmongering, you pretty much are a contradictory, disingenuous, unreasonable, never to be trusted again, pain in the butt, I don't want to have anything to do with you kind of warmonger. If you have laws which allow you and only you to decide whether certain citizens are somehow linked with what only you call terrorism, and you deny suspects their day in court to defend themselves and just throw them in prison, which you have conveniently renamed as detainment, you are an unfair, unjust, uncivil, euphemism-brandishing, paranoid warmonger. If you put uranium on your warheads, causing hundreds of thousands of unintended deaths and serious injuries to those exposed to its radiation, including thousands of your own soldiers, and then deny all of this, some people might just think of you as one totally insensitive, callous, sloppy, irresponsible, safety-last warmonger. If you've spent a lot of years and trillions of taxpayer dollars virtually bankrupting yourself, fighting Al Qaeda, and then somehow find yourself on the same side as them in a conflict you've actually helped orchestrate, pretty much anyone you might talk to would say you're a totally inept, devoid of common sense, confused mofo of a warmonger. If you've been at war for 209 of the 235 years of your existence, you don't know anything else but how to be a good warmonger. If the majority of your people oppose military action, but you do it anyway, you are most certainly, without a doubt, a completely out of touch, hopelessly lost, verifiable warmonger. Good morning, America. You might not realize it, but you're a warmonger.